Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are ready for the grand finals. OpTic Gaming has gotten here. They had to go through Envious, who took them to Game 5. They 3-0'd Most Wanted. Pretty close games there, but 3-0 either way. So basically, they've cruised here all day with the exception of that Envy match.
Pretty much. Smooth sailing
Now,
for OpTic Gaming.
Rise, a little bit more difficult path. First had to go through FaZe.
Yes, they did.
Then they had to go through Team Caliber. And able to win both of those, 3-1, I believe, over FaZe, and then 3-2, we just saw the win in Search and Destroy. So Rise coming off a big win against Team Caliber in that Game 5. We'll see if they have any momentum. OpTic Gaming's been sitting out for a good 25, 30 minutes before this match.
Yeah, they went to get food, but they should be used to it. Every single 2K, 5K, 10K, they seem to cruise through their side of the bracket, have delays on the bottom side, and end up waiting. I mean, the longest wait they had was 2 hours.
Wow.
In a 5K once.
Not today, though.
No, today it's all smooth sailing.
We might see some football before the day is over, guys. We're going into this one with Chino. He has been discussed as one of the top players in Hardpoint. No matter who you talk to, they all say good things about Chino. But really, I think Sender is the missing link this Rise team has needed. He's now playing back with his teammate Chino from the Noble days. And really, this is the first time we've seen Rise in a finals of a 2K or 5K in AW. The farthest they've ever been in any of our online tournaments.
Yeah, it's good to see. You know, make a team change, all of a sudden, you find yourself in the grand final. Just shows you good team change. But can they win the final? That is a question. Crimsix on that hardpoint already with 3 kills to his name. However, Pac-Man comes in from behind. Wide. No one was looking.
Backdoor wide open, and Pac-Man actually got the 3-piece there. So this opens up big things for Rise Nation. Especially if Chino can lock it down, he's going to fall. Sender rotating behind. People starting to think about the new hardpoint. And I realize I'm staying on Rise here, and we will do this up until about the 8-minute mark. I want to see how they open up, knowing that OpTic Gaming is probably going to be the toughest slaying team they're going to run into all day.
I'll plug it. They're opening it with Diabolico in 3 and Sender in 4. So,
yeah.
Not the opening you want to see if you are, of course, a Rise fan. And that rotation is non-existent for Rise either. I mean, Diabolic has gone all the way through school, so this is going to be the key. He needs to win this gunfight right at the very back of the map. It's going to be any second now, but he's going to get tagged up. If Bo's chasing, if Bo's wins this, they're going to have the spawns locked down, and he does.
Big kill.
Rise in some deep trouble here because OpTic should be spawning on Bo's if Bo's has one more gunfight inside that green area. Scum's going to have to challenge it now, though, because Bo's didn't win it, and unfortunately, he's going to fall.
Yeah, for those of you guys just joining us, of course, OpTic Mbos is going to be filling in, still at the OpTic house. Former member of both OpTic Gaming and OpTic Nation. Mbos currently looking for his team to play with at COD Champs, but all week long, he's been filling in for OpTic Gaming. First for Crim6. Today, he's filling in for Formal, who has the day off.
And he's done a fantastic job filling in as well, I feel we should mention. You know, like, throughout the COD League, he did very well. And even today, we've seen him do consistently. He's filling in for 2 massive players. You know, when Crim's absent, you notice. When Formal's absent, you notice. But Bo's really playing very well, and I think, you know, for him looking for a team, people are going to watch, you know, this week's Call of Duty action and see him doing so well, and be like, well, yeah, Bo's one of the best free agents right now.
And a lot of people, you know, they'll kind of overhype it. They'll say, well, OpTic can get to the finals with anyone. We've seen that in the past, and it's simply not true.
You don't think it's true?
No, I don't. I don't think just anyone. I think you need a lot of...
Maybe not just anyone. I mean, I think they would struggle with the likes of maybe me and you. But, you know, you put a player of Bo's caliber who, on this game, I feel is very underestimated and underrated. You know, we haven't really had a chance to really see what he can do on this game. He hasn't been in the limelight, so to speak. But as soon as you put him in the limelight, I think you're going to see him shine.
Rise doing a solid job of contesting this garage hardpoint. They brought it very close, within 10 after hill number 2, but looks like they're going to have to give this one up. OpTic's going to pull away with the last 10 seconds. About a 35-point advantage going into hill number 4. And it's going to be Crim6 on your screen. Got a pretty nasty 3-piece earlier. Already leads all players 14-8.
Yeah. Nade had a very slow start to this game, though. Kicked off 0-9.
Chipotle hasn't kicked in yet.
He got to wipe his hands, man. He has some grease on his hands. Like, I don't know what it was, but 6-11, he's slowly picking things up. And this hill is a big one, Puckett, because you see teams pick up so much time on this second-to-last hardpoint on Detroit rotation.
I love what Crim was doing there. Unfortunately, OpTic's going to lose control unless Nadeshot can go absolutely enormous. He can't. Will be broken here by Rise. But after locking down the window, Crim rotated all the way out, almost had a 2-piece opportunity. Instead, though, it's Rise collapsing from the mid-street, and Sender just trying to hold this front door. Nice stun there, gets some support, gets the assist. Chino, his former teammate, back on the squad with him once again, and really, you got to think if Chino was still on this roster for COD Champs, unfortunately, he's too young.
Yeah.
How much potential would they have? Because I'm really surprised to see Rise where they're at already.
Yeah, it's impressive. Looking forward to the COD League run that they may potentially have now. You know, with the addition of Sender to this lineup, they definitely look stronger. That is without a shadow of a doubt. We'll see where Wheats ends up as well. That's something that we need to keep our minds on. But honestly, really impressive what we've seen from Rise today. However, now they're running up against OpTic, who have been pretty dominant online. And also, you know, at LAN, they got to the grand final of the first event, lost to FaZe, then grand final of UMG, managed to win that one.
Not even close.
Yeah. Pretty lethal team so far.
How good is Crim 6? I know they missed him this week.
Some say he's a talented player.
23 and 12, 5 streak. Not his first streak by any means.
Another one.
Double stun, 3 players all coming in. Crim's going to slow him down, get the assist, and just continue to dominate. Nade shot shooting over his shoulder has the backup here.
Already 24 kills for him, 23 for Scumpy. I mean, Nade's done well to catch up after a very, very slow start. He's now even at 16 and 16. However, the score overall, 149 to 81. Chino, 19 and 20. Look for him to really just kind of put the pedal to the metal and up his game, because he really is that player you need to watch for Rise.
I'm looking at Diabolic and Pac-Man right now. It can't all be Sender. It can't all be Chino. Diabolic and Pac-Man need to slay like they were earlier. Pac-Man can't get much going. Let's go over to Diabolic, see what he's up to. So far, this has basically been 80 seconds of uncontested hardpoint time. They lost all of the hill time in the school. Now it's been OpTic inside the RV. What do you call this area, by the way? Has there been an official call-out? Mid-hardpoint?
Just first hill, mid-hardpoint.
Yeah.
No one really... I know Apathy's been putting out a lot of his call-out videos.
He's in the box!
Yeah, box, square. To be honest, I just say hill on the first hardpoint.
He's in the hill.
I mean, meh. Just meh.
Lots of pressure from all over from Rise, but it was OpTic who really pulled away there. 96 to 170 and counting. Rise even set up first for this hill. Crim just says, guys, get out of my way. Clears out 2. Embos gets the other 2. 4 down for Rise. They do have good spawns here in the back. Question is, will OpTic let them keep it? Embos and Crim falling. Scump and Nade Shot still in the hardpoint, trying to rotate here to fend off this hill.
And this is really good play from Scumpy, actually pushing through the hill. He's going to get a little bit unfortunate that he wasn't able to pick up those kills, but he had the right sort of mindset going into that. You know, if he pushes through, can try and kill one of the players at the back, holding down the spawns. OpTic would have got the favorable spawns. 20 seconds left, though. With OpTic 183 to 110 in the lead, they don't even need to really challenge this hill at this point. I mean, why scrap over 15 seconds of scrap time when you can all move over towards that garage hill and essentially just win the game?
OpTic doesn't give up on any hill, and for good reason. Embos is going to enjoy those 10 seconds and put them at, I think, 98 as this one will rotate. Meanwhile, Diabolic going to get cleaned up from the left. Scumpy rotating in from the back. That's 4 down for Rise. Crim sitting pretty on his way to an easy 40 bomb here on Detroit.
It's just dominant. It really is. 4 streak, 9 caps. How many defends has Crim had? Because
all of them.
All of the defends.
All 2 of them.
All 2 of them? Wow, that's depressing.
And it's not that he's not getting kills inside the hill. It's just you're not letting Rise into the hill to begin with.
I mean, there's that, and as well, the defends in this game don't count how they used to in Black Ops 2. You know, it isn't just a kill on the hill, it's a kill when both players are on the hill, so we have to remember that. As Diabolic gets the power punch to the face, looks for the second. Ooh, skipping a little bit there. That's unfortunate. And he's down, but to be honest, it's not really a kill, which is going to complain about too much. You know, it's not going to affect the game. They're over 100 points down. 13 seconds left on this hill, and OpTic Gaming have pretty much just won the game already with 2 minutes left.
Crim is going to reach that 40 bomb. 10 captures after jumping into this most recent hardpoint, and he's looking for 42. Can he get to 50?
No.
2 minutes left.
No, they're going to win the game.
His team only needs 10 seconds, though.
Yeah, I mean, this game's over already, I think.
Nade Shot's in the window. Scumpy's there to support. Scumpy's got his back, and Nade's got the front.
Oh,
almost.
Suddenly got that nasty 10. I mean, actually, if OpTic Gaming decided not to jump on the hill, Crim definitely could.
They're buying Crim some time. Crim's not buying himself any time. Jumps in to finish the game. What a performance from OpTic Gaming all day long. 117 in a grand finals. That's an absolute blowout here, and you can see how it got done. 20 sorry, plus, what is that, 24 for Crim 6, plus 12 for Scump?
Pretty dominant. And you look over at Rise, no one really heating up at all. 29 bombs and 19 and 22. I mean, hey, you're not going to win a game of hardpoint like that. Not really much more can be said about that game.
All right, so if you're Rise, that game didn't happen. You're coming into S&D.
You got to try and make sure you have a real short-term memory, though.
Exactly. Forget about this game. Coming fresh, Search and Destroy is where they could take out OpTic Gaming. It all depends on the map. We'll see what it is going to be coming up next. OpTic, they got one. They only need 3 to become today's 2K champions.